Good morning and welcome to the update for Men's League for September the 6th, 2023. One of the hottest days in September I can remember. It was Humidex was over 40 yesterday, and I think that affected a lot of people's choices. Certainly a lot of people left after 9. There weren't as many players yesterday. I think we only had 159 compete, and normally we have about 175, 180 at this time of year because of the light situation. So, yeah, it was a tough day for scoring. However, we have some information, and we'll certainly pass that to you. First of all, congratulations to Larry Martins, who had the low net yesterday of a low net of 30 with 23 points. And we had, again, only 24 players get 20 or more points yesterday, which is quite low for the league. I thought maybe the scoring would be better because there wasn't a lot of wind yesterday, but it was hot. It was very grating out there. We had 10 teams get 40 or more points. Now, remember, we do have the team playoffs on now, but the overall scores still count because we do have an overall score champion that will win something. They don't win the grand prize, but they do win a prize. So it's still important to compete in that race as well. Okay, new week, new overall leader. Brad Vaughn is now taking over the overall lead with 230 points. I cannot remember a year where it's been this close. We have 83 players within 11 points of the lead. Now you think, well, 11 points with 3 weeks left. No, I'm a couple of 20s, and some of those guys can move up. So this is going to go right down to the last week, the last day, the last everything, and it might end up in a tie. If it ends up in a tie after week 22, then we will break the tie at men's close. The only way we can break it, two players don't have to play against each other. They can if they want, but we'll just take their 9-hole score for the first 9 holes, 1 to 9, and we'll compare them and get a winner. If there's still a tie after that, then there'll be a playoff after the round, a sudden death playoff. So it's close, it's tight. Anybody can win. I mean, I've never seen it this tight before. Skins. Wonderful skin. Doug Boucher in D. Those guys in D, they're so lucky. He birdie's number 5. He's the only birdie, $125. Doug, congratulations. It's wonderful for you. And guess who's back in the winner's circle in B is Jeff Cordes. Jeff Cordes and Glenn Noonan had the only skins yesterday. Jeff on 1. Glenn on 5, which is very rare even in B. They won $85 each, so they had a good payday. Brian Dawson and Chris Miller had the only skins in C for $55. And in A, we had a very rare occurrence where we had 4 guys win a skin. That doesn't happen in A too much because they keep knocking each other out. But I think that's more due to the lack of players yesterday that we had. They had to give them a chance. Okay. Team playoffs. Team playoffs happened yesterday. There was a couple of upsets in the A final, in the A playoff. Team Bonesteel, who was 14th ranked, took out Team Fleck, who's 3rd ranked. And in C playoffs, Team St. Louis, again 14th ranked, took down Team Cada, which is 3rd ranked. Now for next week, I'm going to be playing in a few seconds Tyler's predictions for the winners of next week's marquee matches. But before we do that, we're going to get into the flight championships, which begin next week. Finalists in each flight have been chosen. It's not always the player with the best point total because some of them couldn't make the time. So I just go to the next person in the list. But the list is published on the website as to who we have so far. That could change too because people's situations changes. So hopefully I wish the best of luck to everyone. The D playoffs begin at 11:39. The C playoffs begin at 11:48. And the B playoffs at 11:57, and the A finalists go out at 4:27. It's a handicapped event, so Chris, good luck. And guess who's made some predictions? It's Tyler. Tyler's made predictions in each one. I put a I put them on the spot with that. So you'll see them now. Okay, Tyler, we're ready.
Hi, John.
Okay, working crazy like crazy here. I haven't even sent out the emails to the flight finalists. We're going to get those to those in a minute. But first, we got to go over and see how you did for last week. So I'm going to share the screen. Let me know if you can see this or not. Okay, just a minute. Share. Come on. All right. Can you see that?
There we go. Yep.
Okay. So last week you predicted in the A finals, you had the 8-9 game between Nicholson and Cutler. And unfortunately, you picked Cutler and Nicholson won 38-35. It was close. It was close, Cutler. It was close. So I gotta give you an X on that one.
Okay.
In the finals, the 8-9 game, you had Watson and Chambers, and you correctly picked out Watson. I guess Chambers just didn't show up that day. Watson moves ahead. So you've got one. There you go.
Perfect.
And in the C finals, you had the 8-9 game was Trenholm versus LeBlanc, and he squeaked it out 35-34. So Trenholm moved ahead. So not bad. 2 out of 3, Tyler. 2 out of 3.
Those are good numbers. I like those.
Yes, sir. Okay, now I'm going to give you this week's. Oh, sorry. Where are we? Back to the meeting. There we go. I'm going to give you this week's, but we're just going to go over the 3 games here. Let's do the C playoff first. You have Team Coyle. Now, can you see this?
Yes.
Team Coyle versus Team Kevin Jardine. So you've got Glenn, you got all the Coyles: Aiden, Glenn, Jared, David Denny, and Dylan Tully versus Doug Harvey, Kevin Jardine, Pat Moran, Fraser Smith, and Ron Warwick. See playoffs.
Well, John, this is I gotta go with the talent on this one, so we are going with the Coyles, Team Coyle.
Team Coyle. Well, they'll all show up. That's for sure. That's one good indicator. And they were the 4th ranked team. So this is a 4-5 matchup.
Perfect.
With the B playoffs. This is the B playoffs here. You've got Team 45, Bruce McDonald, against Team 15, Casenzo, Mark Casenzo. So on Bruce McDonald's team, you have Ian Eisler, Jack Hunt, Bruce McDonald, Colin O'Neill, and Paul Stevens versus Mark Casenzo, Dawson Fisher, David Gervin, Ryan Henderson, and Michael McLaughlin.
Oh, John, this is not an easy one.
Matchup. That's a 4-5 matchup. So this is going to be close.
This is a tough one, boy. Who's going to bring it on Wednesday? I am going with. Oh, geez. Okay, I've got to go with Consenzo, Mark Consenzo.
Casenzo's team. Well, that's going to be close. Like I said, they're a 4-5 matchup there. Okay, now for the big one. In the A finals, you've got team ranked 13th, Team Bags. They've upset their opponent, the 4th ranked team, against Team 8, who upset their opponent because they're 12th ranked. So we've got a 13th ranked team versus a 12th ranked team. So in Team Bags is Alex Bags, Brad Davis, Joy Marcotte, Evan Morrison, Thomas Rutherford versus David Abu, Brian Mackay, Art Marcotte, Luke Presso, and David Trudell. Whoa. I know who I'm picking.
Father versus son. Well, the 2 Marcottes.
Okay.
We are going with Team Orbit for this, John. Team Orbit.
They always show up. Dave's got them ready. He's got them sharp. He's been a bridesmaid a lot of times, his team. And last year they just got edged out. This year I think they want to go all the way. So yeah, that's probably the team I'd pick. No offense to Team Bags. They look good, but Team Orbit will be there and they'll be ready.
Perfect.
Okay, so that's for that. Now we're going to do the flight finals. And just stop the share here and I'll get to the flight final screen. All right, where are we here? Got the standings by flight. There we go. So we have finalists, and these are not necessarily the guys who finished top, because I polled everybody last week. I asked if they could make it or not. These are the people that indicated they can make it, with a few exceptions that didn't, that moved up quite a bit. So we've got 4 flight finals. In the A flight, we have, and these guys played an intersectional type format, and it's handicapped. So based on the men's league handicap. So in the A flight, there'll be one winner. These guys play at 427. It'll be James Pilkington, who James was worried he was going to move up to A, and he had a great week, and he did move up to A. Steven Zegel, Chris Deirdrick, Ryan O'Neill.
All right. If I'm picking a name out of that, I'm going with Chris Deirdrick.
Deirdrick. Okay. In the B flight, you've got, and Glenn actually moved up to the A this week, but last week he was in B, so he stays in B for this one. Glenn Coyle, John LaChance, David Trudell, and Stu Whiteman, 84 years old, and look at it, he's right there.
That's amazing, John. Having Stu in there, that's great. I am going with Dave Trudell.
Trudell, wow. C flight, Mark Cosenzo, John Goodman, Luke Presseau, and Jim Kelly. 4 good players there.
Oh yes, no, that will be a tough one, John. Boy, I'm going with Mark Cosenzo.
Cosenzo again. Wow. Okay. Good for you. And in the D flight, and these guys play at 11:39. Will be Steve Dickey, Bill McGregor, Evan Mulligan, and Joseph Jerkovic.
Very cool. I'm going with Bill McGregor.
McGregor. Okay, hopefully all these guys agree. They've already agreed. Most of them have agreed to play. Some of them may back out at the last second. So we'll see what happens. But right now, these are who's scheduled, and I'll email these times in to to Gary or whoever to put them in the slots that I reserve. Anyway, hey, listen, thank you very much, my friend. You know, it takes a lot of guts to make these predictions. I put you on the spot every week, and you come through for me, and you did well.
It's a lot of fun. Thanks, John. Always enjoy participating.
All right, thanks a lot, Tyler. Okay, thank you very much. And just to close off today, Dave Abu won fantasy golf with the lowest point total this year of 59 points. And I don't know how this guy does it. Every year, Chris Kelly has a great team, and he's now taken over again the overall lead. He has won this before. He seems to know the guys to pick. I don't know how he knows this stuff, but yeah, he's leading again. Good luck, Chris. Men's clothes. I just want to let you know the registration for men's clothes will be coming soon. We're going to put that out. There are 5-man teams. So, and you don't have to play with your own team, the one that you're on. You can play with any 5 guys. It doesn't matter. It's just a 5-man team. RBC scramble type handicap format. So you basically, you all drive, and then you take your best shot from there. And the person's drive you took sits out 1 shot, and then the next 4 hit, and then keep doing that till you hole out. It's a lot of fun. I'm telling you, it's a lot of fun, and it moves. I thought we were going to be slow last year. It wasn't. It moved fairly quickly. We got it in, I think, in 4.5 hours, which is good. We had 160 players, 170 players, and we can take 180 in this type of format. What you need to know if you're going to be registering a team is you need to know what their preferences are for food, because food is not included in this. The banquet afterwards is not included. You got to pay that extra. And there's a breakfast before, it's not included, but on the registration form, it'll ask who are you going to register, and if they're coming for breakfast, and if they're coming for the after the banquet. That's kind of important. We need to know numbers for the kitchen to give them a chance to prepare for breakfast. Last year we had, 30 people say they're coming for breakfast. All of a sudden 70 people showed up, so the poor guy was scrambling. So please give us an accurate number on that. And that's it for this week. I have nothing left. I wish you the best of luck. It was a hot day yesterday, and God bless you all that got through it. And until next week, I think we're getting a little cooler week next week. Until next week, play well.